Howdy, welcome to the Movie Cellar. So, we're doing this thing, month of October, where Dan, Chris, and myself are all going to watch 10 movies each, so one a day, and they have to be Halloween themed ish, sort of. Horror, that kind of stuff. Today, I watched The Evil Dead. That's right, Sam Raimi, 1981, fantastic, Bruce Campbell, lots of fun. So, let's see. My review of The Evil Dead. Have you seen it? If you haven't, you should. It's a classic for horror. It's a classic for campy movies. I think that it has a good level of creepiness. It has a good level of story. I think it was done fairly smart for how low budget it was. I had a blast watching it. I would definitely watch it again. I've seen it several times, but I would definitely watch it again. I plan on watching The Evil Dead 2 and then Army of Darkness, so I'll have those reviews coming up. So, quick plot summary. Bruce Campbell's character, Ash, his girlfriend, and three of his friends are going to a cabin for the weekend, I guess. They only do one night and then everyone's dead, so I don't know if it's longer than that. But they go to a cabin in the middle of fucking nowhere, Tennessee. Like nowhere. Middle of the woods. They're hanging out. Ash, Bruce Campbell's character, very nice. Girlfriend, very quiet. The male friend that's there, kind of a dick. His girlfriend, still nice. And then the fifth is another girl who is kind of afraid of everything. Rightfully so. So while they're there, they find old stuff, like a book bound in flesh with a human face on it and a bunch of creepy stuff inside. Some recordings of a guy that had been there before, and apparently he had looked up something in the past. I don't know, archaeology type thing, and found blood sacrifices and human sacrifices and this thing about demons, a bunch of stuff. So the girl that's afraid of everything gets possessed, which, that's fun. And then they lock her in the basement because she tries to kill them. There's more. Before that, there's a weird tree rape scene where the trees, saplings, vines, whatever, totally rape this girl. Not in the movie. After the movie, Sam Raimi, director, writer, he regrets that scene. It was over the top. It was too gratuitous. It was just unnecessary. Critics didn't like it. A lot of viewers didn't like it. Sam Raimi regrets it and has for a long time. It was banned in several countries because of this. It almost didn't make it to home video because of that scene. So I'm glad that the movie did make it to home video because we have this classic, but that scene, yuck. Anyway, so there's possessions. Everyone gets possessed except Ash. He has to fight them all off. That's the whole movie. There's a lot of grossness to it. Horror movie. And then it ends with Ash screaming as something is attacking him, but you don't see what. That's it. That's the whole movie. Is they get attacked by their possessed friends. Some of the off-camera things are even more interesting, though. It was a real cabin, really in the woods of Tennessee, with a real rough story attached to it. Originally, a woman lived there with her mother and her daughter. So 3 generations of women lived in this cabin. One night, middle of a thunderstorm, daughter wakes up scared of the thunder, goes and crawls in bed with mom. Mom's dead. So she flips out. She goes to get her grandmother. Her grandmother also died that night. They both died that night. That's ridiculous. That's weird. So she goes to a farm through the woods, screaming, obviously. Freaked out, obviously. They take care of her. Fast forward to now she's an old lady, and they're filming this movie, The Evil Dead. And there's a thunderstorm. So while they're filming, the day after the thunderstorm, these farmers show up and they're like, hey, we're looking for this woman. This is the story. During thunderstorms, she goes for walks in the woods, sometimes gets lost, sometimes ends up here. Uh, Maybe she's here. So that's creepy as hell. Um, really low budget. They had to work as cab drivers and bus boys to get money for this movie. I mean, they had to stop filming for months at a time, more than once, to go get more money to make this movie. So it was really a movie that they wanted to make, which is great. Sam Raimi was only 20. Bruce Campbell, I think, was 19 or 20 at the time. So everyone was really young, really getting into the film industry, trying really hard to do the best they could. I think they did. If you haven't seen the movie, go see it. Um, Star rating, I guess I would give it a 6. I love it. The gore is very campy, very cheesy, very low budget, made out of oatmeal, made out of stuff around the house, made out of whatever they could do that it would be super cheap. They did that also on purpose to try to make sure that the rating stayed a little bit easier so they could get a rating so that they could get people to watch the movie. Um, so yeah, a 6. It's a classic. It really did inspire a lot of movies after that, not just its own sequels, but amazing actors and directors and writers were all influenced. So, wonderful point in history, and yeah, I like it, but it is what it is. So 6. All right, I'll see you after I watch Evil Dead 2. Bye.